Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Big Pum, coach of your Rochester Rhydons, and here we are, week 6 versus DuncanKneeDeep, and the coach of your Free State Torracats. And guys, this is a hell of a match. Duncan is a divisional opponent, so we definitely need to come out with a win here. Very important. It's gonna be very close between Duncan, Cobain, myself, and John. It's very close between all of us, so any divisional wins are super important. And this was a heck of a game. As you can see, I'm rocking with the Tornadus, Mega Blastoise, Kyurem Black, Fortress, Galvantula, and Spiritomb. And he's rocking with Terrakion, Lantern, Garchomp, Artana, Togetic, and Alakazam. Now, looking at his team, we pretty much nailed the prediction pretty accurately. I also predicted I expected the Muck to come, not the Togetic. I mean, Togetic is a very good bring form for Defog, but again, I thought Muck had a better matchup. But anyway, he didn't bring the Muck, he brought the Togetic. And here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start off the match. This week, I'm bringing, I have a Scarf, Tornadus, a hard-hitting Blastoise, Substitute Kyurem. I had a Roselli Berry Spiritomb to try to take a hit from Alakazam. No matter what Alakazam wanted to do, I could take a hit. And all that good stuff. But anyway, he's going to start off with the Terrakion. Big, bad Terrakion. And I know this thing is a huge threat, but I led off with my Scarfer because I just want to be able to U-turn out, get a good pivot. Now here, I cannot believe he actually stayed in here. I could have knocked him straight out with a Grass Knot if I had it. But unfortunately, I didn't have Grass Knot. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get some quick U-turn momentum off here. And I'm just going to switch right into Fortress because he's the only thing on my team that can take a hit from this thing. But we're going to take a big Rock Slide here. It is neutral, but we take that, like, not well, but we definitely do take it. Anyway, this is a good time for me to just get my rocks up. I'm pretty sure he's going to switch out here because he doesn't want a Gyro Ball. He doesn't want to catch a Gyro Ball. But anyway, I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks up. He goes right into the Togetic. Very good play on his part. Like I said, very good play because now he's going to be able to defog them away for free because I'm not staying in here. I actually had no moves to touch Togetic because, again, I didn't predict it. I brought Earthquake in case he wanted to bring the Muck. Anyway, I'm going to go right out into Blastoise here because Blastoise can hit this thing pretty good. I have Ice Beam on it. There really wasn't much he could do to me. So I figured anytime I can get Blastoise in to just start hitting things is a good time. So I brought in Blastoise. I am just going to click Ice Beam. I have no reason to do anything else. Or wait, no. I think I clicked Scald here because I was pretty sure he was going to switch. Let me see. Let me see what I did here. Oh, you know what? I think I did click Scald because I figured the Lantern would come in. If I click Scald, I can figure out if he's Volt or Water Absorb. That is the play I make here. I do not click Ice Beam. I'm not... There we go. I had this battle a couple days ago. So, and I'm now just post-comming it. But anyway, I go for the Scald. I see that he is not Water Absorb. So now I know to be careful with Galvantula and not spray off some Volt Switches and whatnot. Anyway, so we get the Scald off. No burn. A little bit of damage. He shows the leftovers. And I pack an Earthquake. We get some good damage off here. We got Earthquake, Mega Blastoise, which does a good hit. I mean, that's a 2-hit KO on the Lantern there. I don't know if it would 2-hit after the... whatchamacallit, after leftovers. But anyway, he goes off and throws a T-Wave. I'm not too concerned about that because Blastoise wasn't outspeeding much anyway, and I just needed to hit things. Pretty obvious play that he was going to go for the Thunder Wave, but I had nothing to switch into Thunder Wave anyway, so it's fine. Anyway, he's going to go off and get a big Volt Switch here, which is fine. Anyway, he does a big chunk of damage here. I'm not super bulky. I think I'm packing a decent amount of speed. I think I crept his Rampardos just in case he wanted to bring that. But anyway, he goes back into Togetic here. I just throw off another Scald. I was kind of looking for a burn on the Lantern there to kind of cancel out leftovers. And we also don't snag a burn on this thing again. So still no burn. So that's like, what, 2 Scalds, no burn. Not too big of a deal. But anyway, we throw off a big Ice Beam here, and we do a good chunk of damage. And he goes for the Ancient Power. That's super scary. Serene Gray's Ancient Power is no joke. Thankfully, he doesn't get a boost here, which is really nice. Anyway, I'm going to toss off another Ice Beam. Hopefully, it's going to kill here. Based on the other calc, it should. And he lives on 1. He lives on 1 HP. Super unfortunate. I think that definitely came down to a roll. I was predicting that to kill. Really unfortunate that I didn't pick up a kill there. But anyway, I'm just going to keep spamming Ice Beam. If he wants to Roost Stall, that's fine. Because that's basically... He's basically going to have to wait for a T-Wave to... he's basically going to have to wait for me to get paralyzed. So anyway, we get into like a little bit of a Roost Stall match here. He's recovering off more damage than I can do based on the roll. I don't remember the calc in my head, but... Anyway, I don't think I was doing enough to consistently put him below Roost range. But I'm going to go for a Scald here. I'm going to try to fish for a burn is what I'm doing here, guys. I want the burn. And that's 3 Scalds, no burn. Oh my god. Scald is pretty rough, guys. You never get the burn when you want. Or, I don't know. It's always you either get like 3 in a row or you get none. Anyway, I'm fishing for a burn here. I just want to try to cancel out some of these Roost turns or whatever. Try to get some damage. And I still, that's 4 Scalds, no burn. Super unfortunate. Anyway, he baton passes out, which is cool. Ancient Power baton pass is going to be pretty wild. Hopefully he doesn't get that off. But anyway, he goes out into Kartana here, which means I have to switch right out into Fortress. Fortress is my dedicated Kartana switching. The only way Kartana can touch me is if he has Hidden Power Fire on Kartana, and I have the Akka Berry just in case. And anyway, I'm packing HP Fire to hit this thing, because I kind of thought he might want to try to set up on me and then hit me with a Sacred Sword, but he doesn't go for that. He goes right back out into Togetic, and I throw off a Hidden Power Fire. I revealed that early, but I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't reveal that, because I was pretty confident he would stay in. But anyway, he makes the smart play and switches out, and I go right into going to Gertrude here. I don't quite remember why I went into Gertrude, but anyway, he goes for the Roost. Oh, because I was going to throw off Olo-Wisp, I do believe. I think at this point he had revealed his whole set. He had Roost, Defog, Ancient Power, Baton Pass. So yes, he revealed his whole set. He couldn't hit me. So I switched out into Gertrude, and he goes for the Baton Pass. I'm pretty sure I just clicked Will-O-Wisp. I just want that, I want that damage, that consistent damage. So he goes out into Lantern here, who's going to take a Will-O-Wisp. Thankfully, we don't miss. And that's going to cancel out his Leftovers recovery, so that's going to be super nice, actually. Anyway, so this thing is now burned, which is super nice. I'm definitely predicting him to throw off another T-Wave here. He has no reason to not throw off another T-Wave. So I am going to switch right back out into Blastoise, because I'm already paralyzed. And if he Volt switches, he kills Blastoise, and I can get some momentum back anyway. So it was either a sack or he went for T-Wave. Either way. So anyway, I go back out into Blastoise here. And he goes for the Thunder Wave. I'm already paralyzed. It's fine. Thankfully, that's the play we get. I think I do just throw off an Earthquake here, if I'm not mistaken. Because even though he can Volt Switch, he might want to stay in, or he might want to do a couple different things. But I'm just going to throw off an Earthquake here. Just try to kill this thing if I can. Anyway, he goes off and gets the Volt Switch. It's going to do a big chunk of damage. I managed to live on 9. I don't think that was a roll. I'm pretty sure he couldn't kill me from where I was. Anyway, he goes back into Togetic, which is a great Pokemon, and I get paralyzed anyway, so I didn't even need to tell you guys I was an idiot and clicked Earthquake there, even though he was going to Volt Switch, but I forgot. Anyway, I go ahead and click off an Ice Beam here. I'm getting pretty lucky with these not getting paralyzed, but it's only a 25% chance to get paralyzed now, so it's not too big. Anyway, I get off my Ice Beam, do a good chunk of damage. He Baton passes out. Again, really good for momentum on his part. So that gives him another switch into Garçon Papier, Kartana the Beast himself, and I'm going to preserve this. I have no reason to let it die and give him a boost, so I'm going to go right back out into Fortress, because Fortress can eat this thing up all day. I'm definitely not, I was not going to sack them on there, only because he gets a beast boost, and then that becomes a lot harder for Fortress to deal with Kartana here. Anyway, I think I just set up my rocks again. He goes out into Garchomp here too. He goes into Snacker the Garchomp, which is super scary, because I know this thing packs Fire Blast and Flamethrower and all that good stuff. He could have Fire Fang as well. But I go ahead and get my rocks up again. At least if he wants to go back into Togetic, he has to use a turn to defog. So that was pretty neat. So anyway, I'm going to go into Blastoise here. This is basically a sack. Blastoise is paralyzed. He has 9 HP. I have no way to heal him back up. So basically, Blastoise isn't going to serve a function anymore. So I'm going to let him die to the Garchomp. And then that'll give me a little bit of momentum here coming back. So I'm going to go into Tornadus here. And I'm back in the HP Ice. He's got to know I'm packing HP Ice. So I'm going to go for the U-turn, predicting him to switch, predicting my Hidden Power Ice. Because he also has a pretty good switch in the Lantern, so I am just going to throw off a U-turn here. And pick up a little bit of momentum, which is super nice. So we get that play right. We go for the U-turn. If he hadn't switched out, I would have gone into Fortress, let that die or something. But anyway, I get to go into Kyurem here. Kyurem for free, baby. Kyurem for free. Now, the beautiful part about this is Lantern has no way to break my Substitute unless he's running... I think Lantern gets Dazzling Gleam, but that was the only way he could break my sub, and I didn't predict that. Or I wouldn't expect him to bring Dazzling Gleam. So I am going to get a nice sub up here. There's no way for him to break it. If he goes for the T-Wave, it's a free sub. But like you see, I do get the Substitute up, and he goes for the T-Wave. So we got a free Substitute, which is super nice. Super nice. And I'm basically gonna I get to get a kill. I almost get to get, I think I get to get 2 kills actually, because since he didn't do any damage to my Substitute, there's no way about anything. There's no way he can break it. Anyway, I'm gonna go for the Earth Power, pick up a nice kill on Lantern. So Kyurem goes ahead and kills the Lantern, which is super nice. This thing goes down. He now has no switch-ins to Kyurem. This was about his only good switch into Kyurem, and it's gone. Anyway, he's gonna go out into Terrakion. Good play on his part. You know, he's just got to break the sub at this point. And Terrakion could live any hit I had, except for, well, you'll see. He goes for the Rock Slide. I could not kill this thing with Earth Power. It was just outside the range. It would have been a roll, and I wasn't going to risk the roll. I just wanted this thing to die. He goes for the Rock Slide, which was super dangerous, because if he would have missed, I would have been in really good shape. But anyway, I'm going to throw off the Sub-Zero Slammer. This is Z-move free shock, so nothing is living this hit. I don't care what you are. Nothing is living a free shock Z-move from Kyurem Black. This thing is going down. This was the only move I had that would guarantee kill the Terrakion, and I had to make sure I killed it. This thing put in a lot of work on my team if I let it stay around, so I had to make sure it was dead. As you can see, Terrakion goes down to Kyurem as well. So Kyurem is picking up a lot of work right now. In comes Alakazam. I know he's packing Dazzling Gleam. I know it. They always do. This happened with Papa C. He had Mega Alakazam. He was packing Dazzling Gleam. So anyway, I switch in Spiritomb here. I'm packing the Roselli Berry. So with the Roselli Berry, I can actually live 2 Dazzling Gleams, thankfully. So he goes off for the Dazzling Gleam. I eat my Roselli Berry, which is super nice. So this shouldn't do much. But unfortunately, he gets a crit. And that's bad, because now that means I can't live 2 Dazzling Gleams, which is super unfortunate. We did calc it specifically to live 2 Dazzling Gleams, but he didn't manage to snag a crit there. And that is super unfortunate, because I could have killed this thing with 2 Shadow Sneaks. But this Dazzling Gleam is going to take me out here. As you can see, I do go down. I got that nice bit of damage with the Shadow Sneak, thankfully, but at least it kind of serves as a pivot. Anyway, that crit is super unfortunate. Super unfortunate, just because now I couldn't live 2 Dazzling Gleams. But anyway, I can go back into Tornadus here. U-turn kills. So I'm basically just going to go for another U-turn just to pick up some more momentum here. And here we go. Yep. Anyway, I go for the U-turn. No need to predict anything fancy here. So Kyurem's sitting, or not Kyurem, fuck. Garchomp. Garchomp is sitting here. I do take the rough skin damage. No Rocky Helmet damage though. So that's important to know. I still don't know what item he is. He hasn't revealed it at all. But I go into Armagoma. Excuse me. I have the Unnerved just in case he wants to try to eat a Yachi Berry or something. And that's what we were planning on. But I can't remember what move I click here. But he goes into Alakazam. I think I clicked HP Ice here just because I didn't know what he wanted to try. I didn't know if he had the Yachi Berry and was going to try to bluff it. Anyway, I go off and throw an HP Ice into this Alakazam. Unfortunately here, I do decide to stay in because I have no switches to Alakazam anymore. I have to stay in and I have to break my Focus Sash, which really sucks. But I was packing Focus Sash. It doesn't matter that I lived on 6. I had a Focus Sash. But I do pick up a kill here on the Alakazam, which is super nice. I definitely wanted to go for Volt Switch because I wanted to save Galvantula for later if I could set up webs. If I can set up webs, I'm in really good shape for this game. But I go back out into Tornadus because I can get a Choice Scarf U-turn on. U-turn off, rather. Anyway, so he goes in here. I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice this turn, I do believe. Yep, I do go for the Hidden Power Ice. I'm not switching around this thing anymore. He had no switch-ins to me anyway. I'm pretty sure most of the things that he was going to switch in would die to 2 Hidden Power Ices. So I do knock out the Garchomp with Tornadus, which is super good. We're putting so much... We have so much momentum in this match right now. It's super nice. So anyway, in comes the Togetic. This is not good for me. It's a nice 4-2 lead right now. But anyway, I decided to save this right now because I can come back in later and pick up a kill. But anyway, I think he's going to defog here because he wants to get rid of the rocks at some point, I'd imagine. But he goes for the Ancient Power, which is bad again. He does go for the Ancient Power. It does like no damage to me. It's fine. He doesn't get a boost, which is super nice. Now, here is a huge misplay, guys. I should not have clicked sub to 2 here. This play, I was trying to pick up a 4-0. Basically, if I set up the sub, I could go for Ice Beam, kill this thing, and then Kartana can't kill me. This thing couldn't kill me with Ancient Power either. But unfortunately, here he snags the Ancient Power boost, which is super bad. That's so bad for me. Anyway, I get to go get behind my sub, which is nice. He doesn't outspeed me here, so I am just going to toss off an Ice Beam. But anyway, he is +1. After the match, he revealed he was Max Bedef Togetic Eviolite, so he was able to live this Ice Beam, which is really bad for me because he's now going to be able to Roost Stall me, which is super unfortunate. At least thankfully I have my sub up, but he is +1 in all stats, and that's going to be really hard for me. So I'm going to go for an Ice Beam. Now I got to fish for a freeze, for a crit, for anything, just some high rolls. I got to force these Roost Stalls because he can't afford to not Roost on one of these turns. So I basically got to just force Roost Stalling here again. This Togetic has lived on like 1 HP like 2 times now. So that is super unfortunate that that came to that. But anyway, I have to keep fishing for a crit or a freeze on these. And I'm just hoping, man. I haven't had good RNG all game. I didn't get a Scald Burn. He got a crit on the Alakazam or with the Alakazam. And I just need a freeze or a crit. Either one takes out the Togetic from these ranges. I don't think an Ice Beam crit would take it out from here, though. Anyway, I need a crit or a freeze. And right here, I decide, okay, He's winning this war. I'm going for a free shock. He's not defense invested. The calcs would have showed he was defense invested by now. So I'm like, all right, he's not winning this hit. Like, he's not living it. And he goes for the ancient power here. And this is going to break my sub because I've already taken one. So my sub does get broken here, which is unfortunate. But anyway, he doesn't get another boost, which is super nice. So free shock should kill here. And I freaking miss. Free shock is a 90% accurate move, and I missed there. And that is devastating because he defogged. So if I hit that free shock, he gets down to like, he goes down like 80%, if not dead. And then the ice beam would have killed from there. So what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? I missed the free shock. He got an ancient power boost, which is what really is unfortunate. He's going to go for the ancient power. He's +1, so that is going to kill my Kyurem, and he gets another boost, man. This game got so out of control with the RNG, I was getting really upset. But anyway, it is Pokemon, man. I could have avoided it all if I didn't set up the sub and I just went for Ice Beam. It's my own fault. It is my own fault for letting this happen. And it is super unfortunate. Now, basically, I have to fish for some crits with this thing because I have no way to kill +2 Spadef Togetic at this point. The only way to kill it were crits. I would have needed this to crit, and then I would have needed Tornadus to crit. Were the only ways I could win. Or if I went into Tornadus and started clicking Air Slash. If that Volt Switch had critted, it would have died. I would have had to Air Slash. And now here's another problem, guys. He Baton Passed. He Baton Passed Ancient Power Boost, which did cause a little bit of issues in the Discord. And I think Jodor is posting a video because my belief of the Baton Pass rule was different from Duncan's belief of the Baton Pass rule. And when we went to the NPA doc to decide like what was legal, the NPA officials never wrote down a rule regarding Baton Pass. So this whole season has basically been no Baton Pass rule. So as unfortunate as that is, I'm about to get swept by this Kartana because he got the Baton Pass boost into it. And the NPA unfortunately had no rules written down regarding what was allowed in terms of baton passing. So super unfortunate there. It's an ugly way for the game to end, man. I do get swept by this Kartana, and it's really, really unfortunate. It really hurt me. It really hurt to lose the game in this fashion. But honestly, the Baton Pass was kind of unnecessary. I really didn't have much for Togetic unless I started getting some crits or some Air Slash flinches. So basically, I needed a lot of RNG to come through here. I'm not going to get any RNG anyway because he's obviously going to outspeed and all that good stuff. Anyway, I get reverse swept by Ancient Power Togetic and Baton Passed into Kartana, which is really unfortunate. So anyway, like I said, it's Pokemon, man, you know. There's a lot of things that could have happened differently. But at the end of the day, it's my fault for not clicking Ice Beam on the Togetic, and instead I clicked Substitute because I was trying to get a 4-0. So super unfortunate there. I also thought it would be like a relatively safe play because he couldn't break a sub. So basically, because he got those Ancient Power boosts, and then I missed the free shock. If that free shock hit, we didn't have a problem because he didn't roost on the turn I hit. So I clicked free shock, right? So that should do about 80. According to my calcs, at +1, I was going to do about 60%, which would knock him down pretty low. I don't think it would have killed, but he went for defog on that turn. So if I hit the free shock, I can hit an Ice Beam and Togetic goes down. Then Kartana comes in. He kills my Kyurem. I outspeed with Tornadus, and I would pick up the win unless I missed the Heat Wave or the Air Slash. Either way, guys, though, RNG did take the game. Very well played to Duncan. He made the play he had to make. He had to go for the Ancient Power boost. Very smart on his part. It was the only move. I think, looking back on his set, I think that was the only damaging move he had. So he had to go for the Ancient Power there. He did get the boost. Serene Grace makes Ancient Power a 20% chance to boost, which is pretty unfortunate for me. Like I said, RNG wasn't in the cards this game. I played pretty well, I think, going up to that final turn. I don't even think my turn was so a misplay, as of I should have just been more safe and really taken out the possibility for RNG to pull away with that game. But anyway, guys, it's Pokemon. It's okay. I'm okay with it. We did ended up having because of the distinction, or the how do I phrase it? Because the NPA didn't make a rule about baton passing, because I was operating under the idea that you couldn't baton pass speed at any other stat. But Duncan thought it was standard Smogon baton pass, and in standard Smogon you're allowed to baton pass Ancient Power boost, which is unfortunate. that there was a disagreement as to what the baton pass rule was, and it's really unfortunate the NPA didn't have the rule formally written down in any document that Duncan could have found. But it is what it is. But anyway, so we came up with a small compromise because that happened the way it did. This loss doesn't count as a divisional loss for me. It counts as a loss. So I am 4-2. But if it comes down to tiebreakers where the divisions come in, I am still 2-0 from beating Kyle and Cobain. So that's a small thing. I also can't use the tiebreaker versus Duncan because that would have been unfair to him because he did win here and he didn't break a rule. It just comes down to the NPA not having the rule written down. So it's super unfortunate that it came out that way. But like I said, I could have avoided it if I clicked Ice Beam and not Substitute. So the takeaway is Pokemon is full of RNG. Just enjoy the game for what it is. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get the hell out of here, and I'll catch you guys next week for a match versus another divisional opponent in Radioactive. So that should be a fun match. I hope we see you guys then. Later, guys. Peace.